Gotcha. No, I forgot to hit my button. Welcome to Season 10 of the Nexus Gaming Series. That's right, it's the first match of the Nexus Gaming Series. Not counting the two last night, but we're not going to talk about those. Anyway, it is opening day for NGS. We had a couple matches last night, but this is the first match of opening day. I think there's another match starting at about the same time, so probably didn't start yet. But we are jumping in. It's going to be Phoenix Rising Citrine versus House of Chez. I'll get into the French pronunciation bit here in a second, but two teams in C East Division. House of Chez coming down from B East last season. Citrine had a few players as well in B East with Phoenix Rising Emerald, but from there, that is my favorite part. Except I die. I'm the death you see right at the beginning of that. Alarak just pops me. Anyway, but we are moving right into the draft and not wasting any time here. Phoenix Rising Citrine going to ban out Diablo here on Infernal Shrines. Map choice by House of Chez. Interesting. I would always say House of Chez because I thought it was supposed to be French, and it's House of Chez. There's a guy on Phoenix Rising Citrine, Lamort. I thought it was Lamore because I thought it was French. My point is, the French language is stupid. Why does it have random silent letters? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. But moving into this draft, we see the Orphea banned out. Pretty popular. Deckard, that may be the last time we see him first banned for a while, as Ruby is getting the nerf. Thank God. I finally get to play other heroes. But that said, a good ban, especially on this map. Incredibly strong on the point control. Next hero I think that might be a bit OP right now is actually Chromie. Her W build is, shall we say, fucking problematic. May is gonna get banned, however, instead, not wanting to deal with that avalanche. That does leave the Chromie up. And with the choke points here, the Chromie can actually be quite effective. And it is gonna get grabbed. So there you see Chromie getting grabbed very early. Don't kink shame. Don't kink shame. Next two picks coming from House of Chez. They're going to want to get some kind of dive to get onto it. The Diablo's down. They're going to go Joanna Greymane. Okay, they have dive with the damage. They need a solo laner, I think, that can go in with the Greymane to try to get onto the Chromie. Because Joanna just doesn't really have that dive. In fact, she really wants to, I think, play more control style. Next two picks coming. ETC Anna. Two great picks. ETC is incredibly strong right now. Always has been strong for a while. Whereas Joanna got a big nerf to her trait, which is really taking her down quite a notch. ETC got a massive buff to Encore. So now Encore gives CDR on Mosh or Stage Dive, which is just, I mean, it's really insane CDR. 8% may not sound like much. That's per hero hit. And then when you think about state or Mosh Pit, that's 120 seconds. I mean, 8% of that is 10 seconds. Thereabouts. So, a lot. A lot. Well, 8 point... whatever 1/5 of 8 is. I'm bad at math today. It's like 9.6. Either way, 9.6 per target hit. That's ridiculous. Mephisto banned out, as was Imperius. Which surprised, because I actually thought the Imperius could be a decent choice. They're going to go with the Uther and the Gul'dan. Now, I have to imagine that's an off-lane Uther. Maybe a solo healer Uther, but I think it'll really struggle against the Chromie if it is. That's a sustain war that they're not going to win in that situation. The Gul'dan, though, does provide a lot of shrine control. Nothing wrong there. Rainer Zul, so pretty solid comp here. On the side of Phoenix Rising Citrine. I quite like this comp In fact, you got the ETC to engage. You have the CC with Zul to set the Chromie up. You can throw in the healing grenade on top of the root to really hurt the opponent. Gonna probably force out a D-shield in those situations. Muradin. So this is a solo healer. Now, granted, Joe's probably going to go Laws of Hope. Muradin could go Third Wind. They have all the self-sustain they need. Gul'dan is self-sustained, so he only needs to necessarily keep the Greymane alive. But that said, I mean, this is interesting. Interesting comp. I gotta say that I like Citrine's comp a bit better. We'll see how this plays out ultimately. Is Joanna the solo lane here? I mean, Mura is who I think the solo lane would be, but Chez can do some stuff sometimes. We'll see as we get into this game. Looking at these two comps, though, I definitely lean the direction of Phoenix Rising Citrine. So they have a few people from Phoenix Rising Emerald and Rush B, which is a team that wasn't playing in Season 9, but had been around for a while. Good team. Very good team, I would dare say. Sadly, not getting the Asmodan with a guy named Asmo Chad, but understandable under the circumstances. Let me just get my last couple things set up here as I recognize we're getting into the match. Sorry, forgot to update my overlays. But here we go, moving into game number 1 between these two teams. It will be on the left side. House of Chez, you're going to see Flash on the Gul'dan, Caribou on the Uther, Chez Mix on Joanna, Mariners on Muradin, and the Dude on Greymane. And on the right, Phoenix Rising Citrine. It's going to be... I keep saying Citrine, and it is Citrine. They corrected me because it sounds like latrine. It's going to be Rain on ETC. Ace is going to be on the Chromie. No, not that Ace. Asmochad on the Zul. Stoic on Rainer. And Lamort is going to be on the Ana. Taking a look at those level 1 talents here. The Gul'dan is going into that that E build. On the other side, Chromie, W build. ETC, Block Party the choice to try to help mitigate some of that burst damage from the Greymane. Up on the top, it is Zul against Muradin. You gotta think that Zul wins that. Muradin used to kind of be able to bully this. I mean, this is way, way back when I first started playing. Muradin would get unstoppable from his E, and he could just use that to just say, Zul is not rooting me. Doesn't have that anymore for good reason. Does have that auto attack slow, but opted in at level 1 to that Third Wind, trying to make Uther's life a little bit easier. Uther did get some changes lately, and he has more healing now, especially with that W build. So he is a better solo healer than he was. But we'll see what happens here. Joe, thinking about an invade. Camp has been grabbed. Ooh, some tasty. Look at those stacks. Oh, Well, Dan got a lot of stacks there, actually. For this early in the game, where they haven't had a team fight, being a 9 stacks is not bad. Especially when you have that longer cooldown, getting a lot of value off each individual E is going to be pretty big. Obviously, 40 is the goal. See if they get there. I like that Gul'dan is holding E for when they see opponents, just using Q to clear the wave. Right now, looks like House of Chez winning the rotations. They are sending Greymane up top to deal with their Bruiser camp. Zul hovering in the mid. I will say this Muradin is getting pushed into, though, but slight XP lead all the same for House of Chez. We'll see if this holds out. It is going to be the bottom shrine, and it is going to be the Arcane Punisher. A lot of teamfight damage. Typically, though, it's not going to get a lot of value on the first one. The only way to get a lot of value, really, it feels like, off the first shrine is if you go the direction of like a Frozen Punisher. just to shut the towers down, because otherwise towers are just too strong early in the game, it feels like. Both bruiser camps put into lane. House of Chez putting theirs in a little bit earlier, but they are now on the objective, starting to burn 10 to 1, 11 to 1, and counting. Chromie going to be able to poke in, but without Zul rotating in, it looks like Citrine is just going to give this one up. Playing for really that post 10 and just trying to let Zul push. Figure, you know, the first Punisher's weak enough. We can get enough value on the top lane with the Zul to work against it. We'll see if anyone rotates top. It looks like Muradin is going to do just that. Meanwhile, level 7's coming in now for House of Chez. ETC behind the wall, takes the jump, walks away. Gate is down. Joe is going to step up here, but wants to be careful not to damage any enemy heroes and draw the ire of that tower. Punisher goes down. They do get a wall off it. Let's check the damage top. Comparable damage top. House of Chez does have exceptionally good shrine control, Mongoose. You are correct. But from there, I mean, obviously, anytime you're looking at like an ETC and a comp, you are very much playing for that mosh, or stage dive can work. But definitely playing for the nano boost. Anna doesn't really have great healing until level 13. She can get a little bit to deal with stuns. And, you know, there's slows on the other team. They might be able to go that direction. But the big level for her is 16, where she really can knock her healing up. But level 10, getting that nano boost, going to be critical here. ETC power slides in, finds Gul'dan. Joe disrupting effectively. There's a rewind onto the Greymane. Gets the cleanse, but he was in the rewind anyway, so it doesn't feel like it made a huge impact. Nonetheless, probably a good decision just to avoid any kind of follow-up CC. Rain does get out of there, taking a bit of damage. 23 stacks onto the Gul'dan. Not too shabby at this point. So, despite a wonky comp from House of Chez, they're playing it well right now. They have the XP lead, which with this Zul comp, you really want to get that XP lead early because of his ability to double soak, especially against, you know, a weaker wave clear soul lane like Muradin. And yet, despite that, they find themselves down now, about 3/4 of the level, heading into 10. We'll see what House of Chez can do with this. Now, keeping an eye on this rotation, moving to mid lane. Looks like they're maybe hovering around here. Looking at something. Here comes the focus on ETC. Bless Shield was used. There's the Horrify. And they executed that perfectly. Oh, I was about to say, but he's going to get away anyway. Nope. Got chased down from behind by that Fell Flame. And that was a solid kill there by Flash. And House of Chez getting a good advantage with that level 10. I love the no hesitation Bless Shield, recognizing that situation. There we go. Jesmix currently taking some tower shots. Greymane gonna move in, taking though some damage. Oh, from the Chromie. Good cleanse there. That cleanse was absolutely needed to keep Greymane alive. Caribou with the good play. Ooh, but there's a root on the Greymane with the skeletal mages. That is going to be a dead Greymane. D-Shield being blown to get Joanna out of there, but now you don't have D-Shield down, or you have D-Shield down, I should say. You won't have it up for the Shrine fight up top. My goodness, that phone was loud. Sorry about that. But with that, Muradin gonna walk away here. He got 3, so it's a start. Joanna, or Greymane, excuse me, just now coming up. Bless Shield's available. Everything but D-Shield is available now. But there's the focus onto Gul'dan. There's a great Bless Shield into the Horrify. That secures the kill onto Raynor, but the Mosh Pit turnaround might enable a kill onto Gul'dan. Gul'dan's still alive, no, goes down to the ETC auto attack. The chase is on, ETC power slide out. There's the rewind, once again looking for that Greymane, but body blocks are there from Chez to keep the Greymane alive from that Chromie poke. Now ETC looking to re-engage this. It is a 4v4 situation. House of Chez health bar is a bit lower. They will lose this trade because of the Uther less sustain. And Muradin is going to get rooted, and he's going to go down, and that is going to be Citrine taking 2 kills there, and that should turn into them taking the objective. 2 for 1 on the kill count. Raynor and Gul'dan back up. Raynor just a little bit closer. There's the focus cleanse used onto the Greymane, but perhaps a bit too late. Had nowhere to go. Goes down. Another kill. And Citrine looking... Citrine. I keep saying Citrine. Citrine looking to take this objective. And that Mosh got a lot of value there. A lot of value. So now, ooh, there is the jump in. Here comes the roots. Iron Skin used. No, it breaks before the Joe can get fully away. She does get rooted, takes a bit more damage. He's going to be able to walk away from this, but with no damage here, they need to back up. Level 13s are here, and they cannot afford to take a Frozen Punisher leap this far outside of their own wall. Maybe Joe can do it if she has Iron Skin up, but that cooldown just so long. Also, Chez setting up for the defense. They bait Punisher over the wall. There's the Iron Skin. Flesh Shield comes in. Kind of more disengaged, but if that Horrify can secure the kill onto ETC, it is worth no. Follow-up damage just not enough to secure that kill. There we go. Should be noted, Anna taking the Smelling Salt, so 50 armor if she can hit that dart while the target is stunned, removes the stun, and that's the big part, and gives them 50 armor for 2 seconds, which usually the stun's followed up by the burst. It's going to mitigate out half that damage, so very, very solid talent choice there. Especially if you can time it with the Joanna Condemn. You also have the Muradin Stormbolt as well as the Horrify, which counts as a stun. Bottom camp picked up by Citrine. Gul'dan, not fully stacked yet, but close enough. It's not going to be a worry to get fully stacked by level 16. Phoenix Rising want this gank. Uther's going to spot it out. ETC going in. Takes the power slide. Potential to engage here. There's the Bless Shield. No, it does not land. And Chesmix now rooted. Blows the self-unstoppable to walk away. Gank did not work for Citrine, but they did get the Blessed Shield out of it, and that is a lot of value. That said, a short cooldown, 45 seconds, so they will have it up before the next objective. Not able to do any effectual damage there. Well, with this, now looking at the Zool, ETC going to try to come in to save. There's a Skeletal Mages to disengage it. Stormbolt was used, did connect onto Zool, but the follow-up damage not there. Flashing a lot of damage from the Chromie, going to have to back up. There's a Sleep Dart onto the Greymane. Does ETC look for the engage off that? He does not. I think that was a good point to let Discretion be the better part of Valor, not force that engage. House of Chez, though, rotating down. Both teams on track to hit 16 about the same time. House of Chez had almost a level lead heading into 10, so that was winnowed down by that last objective fight. Next objective is bottom. Certainly favors House of Chez if they can get it, given that bot fort already down at the moment for Phoenix Rising Citrine. ETC scouting this. Uther is available. Joanna here could disengage this. Are they going to go all in? Joe gets the blind. ETC steps up now. He's going to mosh onto the point. No, interrupts there. Oh, the whole team stepped into it, and that was a God mosh. Still, though, Haymaker used to push ETC away. Mariner's going to get out. No, he's not. Joanna goes down as well, and that was one of the best moshes you're going to see. 4-man mosh off the point after the Blessed Shield was used. Not going to get better value than that. Rain with perhaps the play of the game, certainly an early contender. for play of the match. As now, recognizing the situation, 2 kills on the tanks. Thank you. We're going to take your top keep. Enjoy the cata pressure. Tell the catapults I said hello. Great job there. Great engage by Rain, trusting his team to eventually get there. Really solid mosh positioning. Knew the team wanted to step onto the point after the face melt. So using the face melt to bait the reaction to set the mosh up. Just a very 200 IQ play. Rain with the face melt. There's the encore value. And mosh is up in 3 seconds because of course it is. Ooh, there's a haymaker trying to force Zul forward. Does take a lot of damage. Rewind onto the Mura. There's the mosh. Hits 4 again. It's raining moshes. Hallelujah. Well, not for House of Chez. It's not hallelujah. It is... Hoo boy. Hoo boy. Encore is balanced. That's all I'll say to that. Wow. Encore is completely balanced. I'm sure moving it from 6 to 8% is enough of a nerf. This is a mortar Punisher. It's going to add a lot of damage. Keep in mind, though, a couple of Katas stacked up top with a healthy amount of Archer minions. This is going to push. Gul'dan going to have to step back to clear this. That will enable some time to burn this wall before the big damage is there. Punisher has been baited over. There's the power slide. Looking for the follow-up onto the Joe. She does manage to get the Unstoppable off and does get out of there. Now Punisher turning its attention to the keep. It is down to about 30% health and falling. There's the stun, though, on the Joe. She does not have Iron Skin this time. Punisher still on Joe. She does tap. She should be able to walk away. Mariner also having to walk away there. Very low health. His third win should kick in a second. And he could look for the re-engage, but Chromie is certainly going to discourage that re-engage with some bolts of sand and dragon breaths. But now Rain throwing a bush party. Sends out the invite. House of Chez replying polite maybe. That was an amazing D-shield, but the mosh was still good enough despite that. And Rain has just been Lord of the Dance. Well, you gotta cut loose, Footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. I don't know the rest of the lyrics to the song. Now, immediate push onto core. Great decision-making here from Citrine. And, They showed why I put them in A in my tier list for C East. I also put House of Chez in E. It's not a good prediction. Ooh, but the kill onto Rainer, that is the bulk of their core damage. That said, Zul is still there. Can't chunk. Chromie getting some damage as well. Chromie will fall. No, she won't. Citrine looking really strong in game 1. I'm going to go out on a limb. It's guess time. Crazy prediction time. ETC does not go to Phoenix Rising Citrine in the next draft. Waiting on game results. That's a good sign. There. Wow, both these teams, it felt like they didn't do anything in the last game, right? Anyway, with that, we're going to get set up for match number 2. Obviously, really well played there by Citrine. Like I said, they were very much a post-10 comp, and once they got it, they just started trucking. But I think it all came down to Rain just landing those moshes. That said, House of Chez let him get off 3- and 4-man moshes multiple times that game. I think they need to mind their spacing a bit better. Whether they grab ETC first or ban him, I don't think they want to give it up after that performance. But with that, Citrine going to move up 1-0 in the series. We're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching. All right, welcome back, everyone. Nexus Gaming Series. Phoenix Rising Citrine looked really good game one. really good, but it was off the back of those killer moshes from Rain. Even with the Uther, with the cleanse, with the D-Shield, it wasn't enough. We're going to move into Game 2. Citrine picking Battlefield of Eternity. House of Chez going to get first pick here, so that does enable them to take the ETC if they want it. I do know it is a hero they have played before, albeit they did not pick ETC first last time, choosing to go with Joanna despite ETC being up. We'll see if the Chromie gets to the draft as well, as I felt the Chromie was pretty unpleasant to deal with as well, especially with the Uther healer. I just feel like even if they got the quick kill, they couldn't sustain out the fight with it. Orphea banned out all the same, not wanting to let that through. So they can't ban both Chromie and ETC, but they could take one and ban the other. What's Citrine going to get rid of? It's going to be the Dibbles. So same bans as before. Dibbles has definitely risen. Last season, Dibbles started out almost completely unseen, but climbed as the season went on. Chromie gonna get banned out, not wanting to deal with that. Chromie, of course, seeing some buffs in the last patch, making her rather strong. Gonna see some nerfs in the patch tomorrow. Diablo, only a 15% pick rate last season. Sorry, took a while for the stats to load, since we're going off Season 9 stats here.
This realm needs me.
Joe Murrah frontline didn't have a great engage. That is true. I thought the goal would be for Murrah and Greymane to just dive Chromie in the backline, but there was just too much disruption, I think, from the ETC to really enable that to happen. Vala gonna get denied here, but we see the Li Ming. Anna grabbed once again. ETC available. Not gonna take it. Going with the Rainer, going with that burn, but a lot of prioritization onto that Anna. But here comes Deckard Cain. Deckard Cain, obviously, once the Ruby change came through last season, becoming borderline pick ban. I mean, look at that win rate. That is absurd. That was a 59% win rate on a hero with a high participation. That time, PRC letting the ETC fall in the hands of House of Chez. But they have the Rainer to help interrupt Mosh, as well as the Anna. So I think that could help. That Li Ming, of course, is going to bring some burn. Deckard, really good sustain. If you get a Calamity Li Ming with Deckard Ruby, that Ming is rather tricky to kill, and she can blow a motherfucker up. Absolutely. Mei gonna get banned out. No avalanches here. An avalanche free zone. Two picks to come. Could take their tank. I would expect tank damage and save their offlane. Well, I was half right. So it's going to be Thrall. Thrall coming out from Asmochad. Rain going to jump onto that Joanna. So same tanks, just switching sides. But I do feel like with that nerf to her trait, Joanna has just fallen off so considerably. Keep in mind, we have a major patch tomorrow with the introduction of the CC breaker. You know, it's gonna make late games interesting. If an opponent has CC breaker up, it's gonna be really hard to secure a kill the old-fashioned way. I think it's gonna make burst more important, just so that way you can get the kill before they can walk away. Should note we have a substitution here. Looks like... Who am I missing? Like Mariners has stepped out and been replaced by Ripley for this game. So we'll go ahead, Ridley, excuse me. So we'll go ahead and put that in. I just got that. Yrel gonna be the last pick. So Yrel is the soul lane. So it's a 4-man brawl. I kind of like that. So a lot of melee to kind of punish the ETC if he steps up. You got the root for the extra CC. I quite like this. And actually a swap, as it's going to be Asmachad switching to the Yrel. Ace going to jump onto the Thrall. And we have a kitty scratching a scratching post. Yes, we do. Let's take a look at that kitten cam. See the tail barely sticking up. That is a Morgan kitty. With that, we're going to jump right into the game. And here we go. Introducing the teams. On the left side, House of Chez. Going to be Flash on Lunara, Caribou on the Deckard, Ridley up top on the Sonya, JK down here. It's going to be the dude on Li Ming, and Chesmix is going to be on the ETC. And on the other side, up in the top, it's Asmachad on the Yrel. Down here in the bottom, we got Stoic on Raynor, Rain on the Joanna, Lamort on Anna once again, and Ace on the Thrall. Level 1 talents, we got a Crash Lightning game. Had to stop myself from saying Trash Lightning. It can work. I don't think it's a bad talent, but I've called it Trash Lightning ever since that's kind of become popular, just because every time a rando in Storm League picks it, it's trash. Thrall getting engaged on. There's the Deckard root. Does catch the Thrall, but the Li Ming wasn't really targeting that. Focus the energy onto Stoic. As, big ETC power slide in to pair with the Li Ming orb. That is actually a good combo if they can land that, as it guarantees that orb is going to get max range value. So excited to see that combo. We'll see how Chesmix is able to work with the rest of the team. A lot of damage coming out from this Lunara. The Anna doing a decent job holding up, but ooh, we have a secret mission. Ridley goes down. Mission accomplished. Well done. That is going to turn into a camp on the bottom, but that is a lot of soak denial with the Sonya down. NGS and Citrine actually pulled that off extremely well. Great patience. Great sleep dart to set that up. Perfect positioning from the Yrel to ensure Raynor can get the kill. And well done by Phoenix Rising Citrine. It's exactly right, Ektar. You are nail on the head. Tink, tink, tink. Sonya back up in the top lane getting soaked, but already about a half level advantage. Keep in mind, a half level at level 3 is like a quarter level at level 9. Or not exactly that, but it's very small. Ooh, there comes the engage. Looking at Thrall. Ace is low. Gonna be able to get on out of there, though. I like the aggression from ETC, and I like this response coming out from House of Chez. They recognize, look, that's a sunk cost. We don't need to send anyone top of the soak. Death timers are short. Just push, get a lot of value, and look at how much value they got in this bottom lane. I really like that response. On the other hand, though, Ridley, hands full of Yrel. Meanwhile, both teams working on their camps. There's the cap. It's going to force Sonya potentially stay even longer in this top lane. Spawn in 2. Initial defensive positions coming out from Citrine. Citrine looking really good, though, so far. House of Chez, though, I know they can bring it back. They're a team that can be very, very stubborn. I have lost a lot of game 2s to House of Chez. They're a team that knows how to regroup and come back. Don't count them out yet. They are a very stubborn bunch, and I mean that in the best way. Good stun combo there onto Yrel. But it is a 3v5 at the moment. That said, tasty rubies. So tasty. Good defense coming in. Citrine now rotating top, but the damage dealers managed to burn it down. Good job there by House of Chez, out-rotating, and now it is a hard defense coming out from the members of Phoenix Rising Citrine. Look at all those rubies. Rubies everywhere, but nobody's actually low enough to benefit from it. But now Raynor going back to burn, so it's a 4v5 defense. Here comes the Deckard route looking, finds Urel. Health bar's starting to get a bit low, but ETC having a hard time going in. Ridley perhaps being a bit too patient on this flank. Maybe could have taken advantage, but here comes the engage on the Flash. But that's a great potion placement there by Caribou, making sure Flash is going to catch the potion in stride. Good quarterback-receiver combo. And House of Chez do finally get the win, but they... decent... Oh, but here comes the kill onto Rain. They secure the kill. Huge power slide. And that is big. Getting that kill onto Joe right before this objective is going to allow them to clear this lane very quickly and start doing damage to this wall. And House of Chez will have both walls down at the rate it's going. Actually, they already have bottom wall down, so they should get both walls down here, and that will help with that passive soak. There we go. Joe stepping up, trying to clear the wave so the tower is nice and focused on burning down the objective. That said, Deckard taking some shots here. If anything, that's okay. He didn't get low, and he managed to get back. It kept the Immortal alive even longer. Good route there onto Joe. Can they secure that kill? The dude is trying to be the dude. He wants to be the dude. He was not able to secure that kill. Caribou playing a really good Deckard game, though, I gotta say. Really hitting those potions in stride. Good rubies. And it's paying off. And that said, I mean, you take a look at it. 1-to-1 on kills, even on XP. But House of Chez with just a big lead at the moment. Ridley, though, after that secret... Oh, here comes the secret mission again. Oh... Ridley was so patient for so long, and then the second it's like, okay, I can get that soak. I'm safe. Nope. That is correct. Each of those rubies, 92.5. So the nerf to Ruby will make it so Deckard can only drop an Ancestral on the ground every 20 seconds as opposed to every 10. It's still going to be a drop-off, certainly. He's still going to be strong, I think. I don't think he's going to be completely fuck-busted. He's just going to be kind of fuck-busted, especially on zone control maps. Both teams at level 9. House of Chez wanting to get this objective. They're committing a lot of resources. Urel currently clearing that siege camp up in the top. But there you see Joe with that, I can't remember the name, Sin's Exposed. Gonna get a lot of clear here. They're trying to step up to get this tower. Ooh, Urel is gonna take some shots here. Has to walk away from that one. Deckard potions are there to heal up. Immortals spawning in 3. House of Chez has not started their bruiser. Stoic has started their bruiser, but not gonna be able to do it alone with that HP. And are gonna throw some heals out. Both teams getting close to level 10. But it looks like it's going to be Citrine getting it just a little bit sooner.
Our battle cannot remain here.
The feels when Joe trait has a cooldown more than twice as long as Deckard Ruby, though. Kind of feels weird. Ooh. There is the Bless Shield used. They wanted to get onto the Sonya and ETC, but it didn't look like the rest of the damage was really ready to engage on that or was on the right target. And Li Ming now able to poke in. House of Chez with a big lead on this Immortal. Raynor now up in the top burning. There is a Bruiser camp pushing their wall, so House of Chez doesn't want to let this last too much longer. They're starting to go in. They're looking for the fight. Urel on the backline trying to be disrupted. There's the power slide. Ooh, Thrall with the nano boost. That's going to force back the members of House of Chez for the time being. Meanwhile, Raynor started to really equalize this, and look at this top wall. It is down. So, good job here by Phoenix Rising Citrine getting side value and stalling that objective 4v5 very effectively. Raynor now going to rotate down, focus on the defense. They need to get a kill. Yrel can finish this very quickly. Here comes the ETC power slide in onto the Joe. Joe gets some healing, though, has the unstoppable, comes back. Ace also getting heals. And it looks like House of Chez does finish the Immortal. It is going to come to bot lane. Yrel went in very aggressively. ETC interrupted out of the mosh, trying to get the solo mosh onto Yrel, who gets away. And Yrel didn't even need Ardent Defender there, so that is a huge win, as ETC doesn't have level 13 yet, and so Mosh actually has a cooldown. In 2 levels, Mosh doesn't have a cooldown anymore, but until then, ooh, ETC aggressive play, looking for Thrall. Leaping Strike comes in, looking for the finish. My goodness, the heals out of Lamort. Pew, pew, pew. Don't think they missed a Q at all. Great healing there. Anna off to the side, making sure she can throw the heals out. Having to walk away from that Deckard root, though. Front towers are down. Mortal on about half health. But doesn't look like House of Chez wanting to commit here. Li Ming maybe stayed a bit too long, though. She's going to be able to walk away from this. Do they look for that pick onto Sonya? They've done it more than once. Joe wanting to invade this bot camp. It's going to be a 4v4. No level 16s yet, but that said, ETC has a ton of potions to work with. Ooh, the sleep gets interrupted, though, and now Thrall is all over that Li Ming, and Li Ming does go down, and that will be the camp steal coming in. Sonya goes in with the leap, tries to get onto Ridley, but there's just so much red around her. I don't think Sonya's going to get out of this. She is not, and that is 2 deaths from House of Chez, and I think perhaps an overcommit there. ETC wanted to zone out the rest of the team, but Thrall managed to get by with that Wind Fury, and at that point it was just impossible for the dude to get out of that one, and without Li Ming, it's going to be hard to win these fights. Well as that sleep interrupt, very critical. A good invasion there by Citrine. Very, very close game right now, despite the structure count. A very, very close game, and Citrine could break this open. That said, House of Chez is getting a lot of value off these Immortals. And you gotta think if they win another, that is certainly a keep. If they can get some kills, it's game. On the other hand, you're gonna have to get through this fort in the bottom, then through this keep. So one Immortal, barring House of Chez getting 5-man wipe, not enough to end.
I will deliver this realm from your corruption, Hellspawn.
Alright. ETC in the back, trying to be disruptive. Now walking away. Sonya comes in with the leap. Rest of the team wasn't on the page. I think ETC, if he had stayed there, could have been a lot of value. There's the root onto Raynor, but the follow-up damage simply isn't there at the moment. A little bit of a miscommunication there by House of Chez. We'll see if they can get their house in order. Try to get on the same target. That said, they're burning the Immortal very well, so really good job buying space. Here comes Asmachad, looking to be disruptive. Now separate out. Power slide, though, a little bit of a miss there from Shezmix. Good dodge by Asmachad. Oh, the Blessed Shield came out for the Sonya, trying to go for the solo kill, and did not find it, and that is a Mosh interrupt down. And now if ETC can land that big Mosh, but needs to find the HP, Super Potions will help. Meanwhile, Asmachad all over Flash on that Lunara. Now looking for the dude, being incredibly disruptive here in the back. But that said, they are working this down on the side of House of Chez. And this is a full shield and Immortal at this point to cap it. No, ETC went for the solo mosh. Overcommit, didn't get it. Now the question is, will they get away? Huge sleep from the Deckard, and that might be enough. There's the first kill. Can Li Ming pop off? She's starting to find so much damage. Flash goes in, gets the kill. Anna goes down as well. And House of Chez is going to get 4 kills. Can they make it 5? Joanna going in. She wants Lunara. She finds it, but at what cost? 5-man team wipe on the side of House of Chez, and that could be enough to win the game. They are going to have to clean up this Bruiser. Actually, Bruiser just dropped. So they are going to go top. They want to push their lane out, certainly, to get some extra help. But meanwhile, here in the bottom, there is a Kata taking down the well, but there's another Kata stacked up behind it. So this will start to do some damage. They're all going to have to clean up this bottom. That will buy them time to rotate to the top. That Deckard sleep was massive. That was such a huge sleep, and that turned the entire fight from like, oh, we're kind of just trying to finish the Immortal if you don't mind. We don't really want to fight, to fucking kill everyone. And, you know, they did a good job of that. There's the Bless Shield, looking for the engage. On to Chez Mix, power slides through, finds a potion, and gets away. And that's where that Deckard Ruby can just make it so hard to finish a target, because if you all stack up trying to finish that target, all of a sudden there's just rubies everywhere. Ooh, there's a big engage. Once again, looking for Chez Mix. There's the sleep. Immortal is through the wall, starting to focus. Looks like they're turning their attention on to Asmachad, who does walk away. Does not have Ardent Defender available for another 25 seconds. Immortal's still fairly healthy, and they do have a lot of potions on the ground. They can look to get some core damage. If they can find a kill, they can end the game. They probably need 2. Are they going to get it? Ooh, ETC needs to be careful. He's going to get rooted here. The dude takes a lot of damage. Potions, though, coming in. Yrel somehow avoids that root. And it looks like they're going to be able to walk away from this.
Assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
House of Chez now turning their attention towards this top camp. They did have the 16 advantage. Got a bit done with it. Ming going with that Mirror Ball with the Seeker build. Now it looks like they're heading down. Want to just paint the map blue here. Good wisp location just to get vision of rotations. Should spot out the Joe, indeed. Rest of the members of Citrine coming down. It is even talent tier fight. Active reload now available for Anna. Huge healing talent, but I like this decision. House of Chez says, alright, we'll just take your top lane. You're going to have to defend your core now. Enjoy. They're going to go and take their own bruiser, presumably, and then clear up the bot lane. Meanwhile, this is going to draw some attention for a bit. Should be able to clean up the bottom. No problem here. That said, they want to send someone down and clean this up before they lose that last tower. Too late. Deckard and Ming burning this down. Obviously, Ming gonna... Every time you hear that weird noise, it's gonna be a lot of damage. Keep an eye on that. Now both teams setting up. Looking at the next objective, 4 seconds. What kind of spawn positions are we gonna get? We get defensive spawn position, so pretty much a guaranteed team fight here. Ming gonna chunk some damage there into Yrel. Dude is just gonna keep throwing out stuff, doing as much damage as she can from a safe distance. ETC needs to be careful. Couldn't get an H on here. Does have a super potion nearby. Is fine. Gets away from that. A lot of turnaround damage though from the Ming and Lunara. Lunara doing a good job harassing that Joanna. No kills yet, no heroics used. Oh, there's the Earthquake, though. They're looking for this now. There's the Power Slide with the Sleep Follow. Thrall is rooted. Sonya dives in onto the back, getting onto the Joanna. Thrall completely isolated, does get deleted. Sonya looking for that Anna. Meanwhile, Lunara trying to 1v1 Yrel does have the Leaping Strike to find that potion. That's going to be good. Root there onto Anna. That's going to secure the kill. And now Li Ming finds another. No, she does not get the kill onto Rain. Ooh, the dude could go down here to Stoic. Has to blink away. Asmachad gonna walk away. 2 people down. Meanwhile, look at this core. Bot keep down. Top keep 3 katas. They're just gonna take some real core damage from the minions alone, and it looks like House of Chez recognizing this. They're gonna say, you know what, cry havoc and let slip the hogs or whatever farm animal of Warlana. Oh, but Asmachad goes and gets a ton of damage onto the Ming. The Ming is so low, has no mana, and down she goes. And that might have been a mistake, as now they may have a hard time finishing this. There's the Mosh, solo Mosh to secure the kill onto Yrel, at least by more time with a 4v4. But they did not get the Immortal, and Li Ming was just so low with no mana. You gotta think she's not gonna get much burn. There's the big Bless Shield. They want this kill onto the ETC. Now they might be able to get the kill onto Deckard as ETC power side out. There's a great leap in from the Sonya to get the peel, doing a ton of damage to Stoic. Stoic now getting chased down by Flash. Flash getting some damage down on Ace, but gonna have to walk away from this. House of Chez, though, does get halftime off that poison damage. a close game. But, ooh, there's Katas now, back onto the core. Shield's starting to drop. Somebody's going to have to clear this. Yrel is not up for 15. Very aggressive defensive position, though, on the side of Citrine. They are about to take real core damage. No, the minions killed the Katas in time. Their shields, though, extremely low. Raynor's starting to burn. 4v3 on the defense, although now everyone back up. Ming coming in. Chez buying some space. Sonya goes in, looking for the Sonya. Thrall and the Sleep Dart going to help disengage this. There's the Earthquake. Mosh comes in, looking for the Thrall. Does disengage the Nano Boost for a long time. There's the Root, and Lunara secures the kill with the help of Li Ming. Now Rain separated out. He's not going to get the safety. Down goes Rain, and House of Chez is going to take us to a game number 3. These two teams playing at a very high level. House of Chez, like I said, they're stubborn. They are very stubborn. And they showed that here this game. Came back really, really strong game 2. They looked in control for the most part the whole time. Asmachad just trying to be annoying. There's the Ardent Defender. Now doesn't have it. Trying to go for the Li Ming. Down goes Yrel. The core's still shielded, but more than enough time. Thrall's not going to be up for another 7. And this will be House of Chez taking us to a game number 3. So there we go. Hell of a game from House of Chez. Flash played exceptional. But the dude, obviously, doing just so much damage. Well, actually, taking a look at the stats, it looks like Flash really just trucked the damage out. And obviously, Caribou, I think, player of the game. Some of those sleeps were just massive. Also, you got to talk about that healing number. 96K. 96.6K. Closer to 97. Really good job there, but ETC had impactful plays, was very disruptive, and never died. So, we'll see if ETC gets through the next draft. Certainly 1-1 at the moment. First pick has won both games. Who will win game number 3? We'll find out. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the next gaming series. All right, welcome back, everyone. Next is Gaming Series. DB Smiley here. House of Chez versus Phoenix Rising Citrine. I have them both as two of the top teams in C East, and it's been a battle worthy of that. It's going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. Phoenix Rising Citrine's choice. As I'm visited by the newest member of the fur herd. That would be Chloe Kitten. She is adorable. She's a kitten. If she gets in front of the kitten cam, I will show. Chromie, banned out once again. Can't fault it. Next band coming. Is it going to be the cow? Going to be the Dibbles. Sticking with it. Hang on, I'm going to reach into the deep recesses of my mind and scout the future, and I'm going to guess it's going to be an Orphea ban. Ooh, hello. Could suggest they want to go into that early Joe. Joe incredibly strong on this map, certainly not wanting to give up the ETC, given how effective Rain was on the hero. Next ban to come. What's it gonna be? Is it that Deckard ban? It is. Not surprising.
For the Nexus.
From there, Orphea grabbed first. That does leave the Joe up. Anna comes in once again, and we got the Mephisto. So Mephisto, very good on this map because of how brawly it is. Very easy to get the CDR from the damage. You pair it with an Anna, that nano boost can be pretty nasty. And for the note, that is the third time we've seen Lamort play Anna.
Balloon, grant us strength.
Joanna Malf. Caribou likes Malf. I like Malf, frankly. Malf also pairing well with the Orphea, pairing well with the Joe. If you can combo the Condemn into the root, that micro stun enough that you can sweet spot the root and guarantee a hit. Can add some heal reduction to that as well, or damage just through the Alan Broccoli Attorney at Law. Which is Alan Broccoli Esquire is the name of the treant that comes out when you hit root. Thank you very much for the gifted subs. Enjoy. Drop, if you're in chat, drop the DB Smill stews. Honor my cat. Worship my cat. Worship him. Praise him. Praise. Praise be. Welcome all to the Church of Stuart. Hims is a handsome boy. Yes, Hims is. Anyway, there's a game going on. Zul and May going to be banned out here. Both sensible. House of Chez has been banning out the May all night. Zul incredibly strong on the map. I gotta say, while they lost the last game, I thought Asmachad's Urel was a fucking problem, and so for him to get back on that, and I want to be clear, a problem for House of Chez, something they had to respond to, because Malfurion is so vulnerable to dive. I love this selection of Greymane Urel coming out from Phoenix Rising Citrine. They need to draft some kind of other peel, maybe a Blaze. Deathwing, okay. Deathwing works. Although Cursed Bullet, we shall see. Deathwing gonna get grabbed. I don't tend to think of this as a Deathwing map. We'll see if I'm wrong. Flash getting onto Zul'jin, that is old school, and I like to see that. House of Chez used to run a lot of Zul'jin Ariel and Vala Ariel. A lot of it. And getting a little bit of that flavor. Love the Garrosh pick. I think that's a good choice. Obviously, he's not going to be able to stun out the Deathwing, but I think this could be a decimate Garrosh. Everyone just dives in. Garrosh decimates everyone for the slow post 20, the hilarious damage reduction. I like this a lot, and this map goes 20. this map does not end early. So with that, we will get set for game number 3, the decider in this series. And it's going to be a good series. Stuart, what are you thinking about this series? Uh-huh. Yeah. You know, you just don't hear insight like that anymore. I mean, Stuart has just shown up every caster in next. What are we even doing? What are we even doing? By the way, Colby Bear also down there. Anyway, if I ever get more emotes, they will all get their own emotes. But here we go, Caribou. Just doing a little mount spam. But on the left side, we will go ahead and introduce. It's going to be Flash on the Zul'jin, Caribou on the Malfurion, the Dude on Orpheus, Chez Mix going to be on Joanna, and Deathwing nowhere to be seen, for he has taken to the sky. He has slipped this mortal plane. He has reached out and touched the face of God! Or he's just Z'd, one of the two. Anyway, on the right side, it's going to be Asmachan once again on Yrel, Ace on Mephisto, Lamort on Anna, Stoic going to be on that Greymane, and up here Rain on the Garrosh. We have a Chloe sighting. Sorry, had to show the Chloe sighting. Going back to the game. That is Chloe Kitten, and she is the newest member of the Fur family. Ooh, Zul'jin taking a ton of damage there. He does have the health sustain, but boy, that almost went down. Would have been a great first kill. Level 1 talents. Garrosh going with the I've seen a lot more body check lately, I'll say, but going with the standard Q build. Flips Caribou in. Does have some self-sustain, but that is running out quickly. 140 health, but lull armor. So some good damage there, but not able to secure that kill. And with Garrosh in this map, you're really focusing on getting those pickoffs to deny gems. At the moment, House of Chez weathering that well. Malfurion did, of course, Hearth to get full health and mana. There's a flip onto Joe under towers. Has the Unstoppable, though. Is going to be able to walk away from this one. But so far, House of Chez pushing very well, rotating very well. Going to get some slows here onto the Garrosh. Just trucking out some damage. And I really like this disruption we're seeing out of House of Chez. That said, Rain, very, very aggressive flanking angle here. Oh, but Mephisto teleports back to a root right as Garrosh steps in, though, so the follow-up damage wasn't there as I had to turn onto the Garrosh. But that is all the same, just as yet unable to really apply much pressure are the members of Citrine. And Wave starting to favor House of Chez here. As they go for the top, so Joanna does get flipped, has the Unstoppable. Just going to politely walk away saying, you know what, no thank you. No thank you, sir. Just no thank you. Meanwhile, let's check on the solo lanes. You know, the thing that no one ever pays attention to when casting. Actually, Asmachad doing some good damage, but Ridley does have that tap. Might want to wait, though, until the armor is back before going in. There is a root on Shu, trying to defend Flash, I should say. Trying to get Stoic, but Flash had to self-sustain because of the damage, so not able to follow up. Still, though, you look at the gem count, and despite all my praise for House of Chez, it is, in fact, the members of Citrine who have more gems in hand at the moment by about 9. Not a small number. Ooh, Malfurion is a little bit far out. Great dismount there by Chez Mix. Oh, but Malfurion stepped back up and made a mistake there. And I don't know if Malf gets out of this one. No, the Moonfire not enough. And now Flash has to walk away from that Greymane. Great job there by Rain. Perhaps a little bit of a misplay there by Caribou, but they'll get it back. Still, though, that's where the Garrosh can just be so punishing when you're on Malfurion. As you want to step up aggressively for those Moonfires, but oh, the fine line you walk when against that Garrosh. One side of the line is hitting Moonfires. On the other side of the line, it's... I can't come up with a good play on words. Being fucking dead. Oh, that great throw there Rain doing a good job. I think House of Chez will do themselves a favor if they spend a lot more attention dismounting this Garrosh, as he is singularly focused on hitting Caribou at the moment, and doing so effectively. Rain, a good Garrosh player, and it is showing tonight here in this game number 3. And that could allow for this drop. Oh, they're just going to let Joe sleep, and Rain gets it in. And that is going to be 50 gems turned in. It's going to be spiders, spooters, whatever you call them. It's not good for House of Chez. And here they come. If you have arachnophobia, now is your time to look away. Looks like the attention going to be top. Rain, once again, just like singularly focused on this Malfurion. Malfurion desperately waiting for that level 13 movement speed, but there's a sleep on the Orpheon. That's going to secure the kill. What a fantastic sleep dart there by Lamort. And that is the 3rd kill now against House of Chez. They have yet to collect a kill of their own. Garrosh just continuing to hound on this flank. I love this aggressive positioning by Rain. Trusting his team not to make a bad decision and over-engage. Always vigilant for that opportunity. Here we go. Looking for a lead early in this game. They get the mid wall. I don't think they're going to get much more. Top wall did survive despite the kill. Bot wall, though, took a heck of a beating from Asmachad. And as a result of this, slight XP lead now favoring the members of Phoenix Rising Citrine. House of Chez they almost managed to find a Joe there, but she does have, she is Joe. Joe with 30 gems in hand, so she's going to absolutely have to drop. Looking to drop bottom, going to get spotted out, though, by the Ana and Asmachad. So not going to find that opportunity. Zul'jin clearing the top lane. 40 gems potential energy on the side of Citrine, now up to 42. A great number. But they are going to have to walk away from this. That said, there's an advantage when the enemy team only has one major gem holder, and there's a disadvantage. The advantage is you keep an eye on that person. The disadvantage is the rest of the team can zone for them. But at this point, they don't really have a team that zones well other than the Joanna. And that's where Joanna can struggle sometimes on this map in a weird way. Obviously exceptionally good on this map with the wave clear. But sometimes it can just feel so hard for Joe to get turned in. Level 10's here. It is the Warlord's Challenge, not the Decimate. Cursed Bullet, Nano Boost, Durance of Hate, and Ardent Defender. On the other side is the Twilight Dream. I can't remember what that's called for Deathwing. It is called Bellowing Roar. Okay, so Bellowing Roar, which is the Fear. Ooh, Rain taking a lot of damage, and down he goes. The Durance of Hate, though, is going to spread a bit. The dude taking a lot of damage. There's the Cursed Bullet looking for the Zul'jin. He has the Taz Dingo. He isn't killable, chucking out a ton of damage. Ridley going to have to R on out of there, and Malfurion may have been left behind. That is, I didn't know Malfurion was played by Macaulay Culkin, but that is indeed the plot to Home Alone, what just happened there. Except in Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin doesn't get beaten to death by 3 people. Though I think it would have been a better movie.
Red team, you have done well. My magic is yours.
I want a gritty remake of Home Alone. Give me the R-rated version of Home Alone. Let me see what gadgets they can put together with sex toys. Alright, we are having fun now. Ooh, good unstoppable there by Joe to get out of that. Gems have been turned in. Treant going up to soak some shots. The Web Weaver, though, getting cleaned up. Blessed Shield not able to find Rain, who they were looking for. Bounces to everyone else. Rain was low. Meanwhile, top tower starting to take quite a bit of damage here. I don't think it survives this encounter. And, ooh, there's Garrosh with great positioning, looking for Zul'jin. Durance of Hate comes out, does not connect. Orphea now trying to turn some damage. Mephisto a bit slowed. Ooh, there's a flip potential onto Dude. They do find it. There's the Warlord's Challenge. Taunt comes in. Greymane with the finish. Twilight Dream tries to peel Chez mix out, but it is not enough. And there's that nano-boosted Mephisto doing so much damage. And this Tazdingo is at least going to get a trade kill onto the Garrosh, but not much else. Meanwhile, Asmachad, Deathwing with the 1v1 both decide, yeah, that's right, we can't kill each other. Walk away. Greymane, though, going to be able to burn this boss down fairly quickly, even without the Garrosh here. Anna dumping out some good heals. Lamort playing very, very well, I will say. Alright, and Phoenix Rising Citrine getting the boss into lane and top. Gonna start dumping some gems here in the mid. House of Chez, meanwhile, has not had a turn in this game. 20 gems needed for Citrine to get their third turn in. House of Chez needing to find 6. They need to stop this snowball. Starts with clearing this boss, but right now they are defending 2v4. That is not a recipe for success. Deathwing coming up. Here comes the rest of the team. So they do clean this up. They lose their top keep wall. They don't go for the Greymane, who was dismounted. Joanna finds the enemy team, has the Unstoppable. Curse Bullet did get used there. Durance of Hate looking for the Zul'jin. There's the Tazdingo. Roots hit on the Malfurion as well. Does Malfurion have the TD? He does. Mephisto very low. Gonna have to back up. Ureldo being disrupted and back, and despite all those low health bars, not able to find a kill. Take that back. Down goes Urel. And that is what House of Chez needed to start working on turning this game around. They have a turn-in available, but they need to get a big percentage of their gems turned in. And Garrosh, very adamant to stop that. Ooh, good job there by Rain, avoiding the root, not letting Autopath take control. Unlike Jesus, she should never let Autopath take the wheel. And getting the gems turned in, first Web Weaver phase for House of Chez. Now they are down 16s, and the downside is because they were so far down on gems due to the deaths, they don't have a second turn-in ready to go. So they're going to have to try to get a lot done here despite the talent tier disadvantage. They are going for this front wall. Bottom, though, barely spawning into the lane at all, and already the Kata on it. It's going to take a ton of damage. Top will push in a bit. Let's see if they can get the mid fort, or if they turn their attention top. Here comes Mephisto looking to poke some damage out. Garrosh stepping up. Has to walk away. Web Weaver taking tower shots. It is rather low. Ace doing a lot of damage on that Mephisto. The dude comes in, has the Eternal Feast, but does not connect onto anyone, actually. Now Caribou in a bit of trouble, but the big Twilight Dream hits 4, including the Garrosh, securing the first kill. Now House of Chez, can they find another kill? They're locking their level 16 talents. They're looking for it. Mephisto has gone back in. Root was there, but he didn't make it back anyway. Down he goes, and House of Chez now with an opportunity to start pushing this in and look to get back into this game. This is the C East division. If you look up at the title, you'll see after Citrine there's a CE in parentheses. That is short for C East. The problem's going to be when there's B East, because there's B Northeast and B Southeast. My proposal for naming B East 1 the cooler B East And just B East 2, just B East, did not go through. Big push coming down bot. Still, though, a turn-in available on the side of Citrine. Still 22 gems from a turn-in on the side of Chez. Like they're looking at heading towards this bottom. They don't find anyone in the bush. Earthbreaker down, so they can't get the slow there. Clearing up this bot lane though. Keeping an eye on that. The Dirty South. We should call them. I like that. Here goes Joe trying to get the interrupt. If Stoic gets this turn in, that is the third Web Weavers, and he does, and it is. The House of Chez, despite that little spurt there, they've just lost so much in the way of gems from deaths that they weren't able to sustain and push back the snowball the other way. Now finding themselves having to defend. Luckily, top lane, very far pushed in. Top lane, not going to be a threat for a long time. Bot lane, okay, not far from the fort. This mid fort will go down. At that point, it kind of depends on how much burn they get onto this Web Weaver to see how easy or difficult this is going to be. Rain sees the Joe go in, looks onto the back line. There's the flip. Cursed Bullet comes out. Joe comes in. Ooh, Durance of Hate, though, catches on to Zul'jin, forces out an early defensive Taz Dingo. Not able to turn around damage onto that. And House of Chez in full retreat. They still have the Twilight Dream in their pocket, but they have blown their Feast, their Bless Shield, all of it. Mid fort goes down. Web Weaver has gone down mid. Bottom, low health. Here comes the flank, though. Can they find Chesmix? They do, but once again, the Unstoppable. The Warlord's Challenge has gone out. It did not secure a kill, and the turnaround damage is there. Now the Twilight Dream tries to get Joanne out, but it does not. There's the fear, though. Onto Yrel. Can they get the turnaround kill? Yrel does not have a... Oh, there's the Ardent Defender. I just saw it go off cooldown. I'm like, she doesn't have it. Oh. Herpa-derp-derp. Anyway. Trade tank for tank, but you lose your top keep here. That said, they only need 14 gems for a turn. They'll find some of them up here. Just a matter of getting that turn, but they have to get so much value off the next turn because of their gem count. Meanwhile, it is not unreasonable to think Citrine could get a fourth gem phase eventually. It's going to take them time. But with that Garrosh, they've shown they're willing to play aggressive. Are they going to go for this boss? They are starting it. They have the Greymane. No, it looks like they're going to let it leash. Flash, though, coming in aggressively checking. Needs to be careful. If Garrosh was up there, I do think Zul'jin probably dies. Mephisto chunks out a ton of damage. Deathwing is in the bottom. Could global up. Doesn't look like Citrine wants to try to force the throw pit fight. Chez with the gems to turn in now. Looks like they're thinking about turning in bot. The nice thing is Joe doesn't have any gems in hand. And so she can focus on pressuring up, buying space for her team. Try to let everyone else get the turn-ins. Deathwing here on the bottom. Looks like Citrine just going to continue to work camps into the lane, getting the siege. Yrel is up top, getting what soak she can, pushing that lane back a little bit. They do have the catapults every lane, so that, or every wave, so that will self-push. But that said, House of Chez, they get their gems turned in. No mess, no fuss. Where are they going to turn their attention? Looks like they want to get this fort bot. They have 20s, and given the situation, I think they actually really need to get a lot more value off this. Okay, good. I do like that they're turning their attention towards the mid because of the game situation. Garrosh has used Unstoppable, and that may be enough to secure the kill. There's the Twilight Dream as well. No, the taunt, Durance of Hate, does connect on to Orphea, though, and that's going to enable the turnaround kill. Orphea just not able to get out of that AoE in time. Now Chesmix taking a ton of damage, and so what could have been a big pickoff turns into a one-for-one trade, and now House of Chez has to drop back and just settle for this fort. That is not what they wanted. Blue gets the fort. This Webweaver about half health, but the Webweaver is an objective that just slowly dies over time, just like us people. Unstoppable has to be used. Mephisto trucking out the damage there. And now Mephisto goes in, looking for Shezmix. Shezmix so low. Oh, the Ardent Defender gets off, though, and Joanna goes down. And this level 20 Mephisto is a problem now for the members of House of Chez, as they find themselves defending 4v5. This very well could turn into a boss push with that Greymane, with that Mephisto. And that looks like they may be heading that direction. Trying to stay off vision. Minions do spot Ace out. They are going to work this boss. It's a 4v5 situation. They do have a very good boss defender in Garrosh. Deathwing going to drop in onto the point. Going to buy space. Garrosh can't punish too hard. Great decision here by Citrine. Walk away, look for the fight. There's the Eternal Feast. Can it get the value they need? They do get the kill onto the Garrosh with the Twilight Dream. Once again from Caribou. Flash able to stay alive with that Taz Dingo, and it's a 4v4 once again. And the health bars, for the moment at least, favoring no, but not with Deathwing going down. Oh, but Ace is going to get away from this. Orpheon not able to secure the kill. Ace getting out with less than 300 health. 3v4 at the moment. Just seems like every time House of Chez gets the kill. Every time they get the kill, it gets turned around on them with that Mephisto damage, with that Urel harassment. And at this point, I think they have to play aggressive with the 4v4, recognizing their death timer is a little bit longer. They need to look for some kills here and try to open something up. Oh, there's the sleep dart, though. Ton of damage comes out. Durance of Hate. They're going for the Zul'jin, and that time did not have the Taz Dingo. Down goes Zul'jin, and Caribou may very well be the next to fall. Down goes Caribou, and this might be Citrine locking up the series now with a 5v2 situation as Garrosh comes back up. Deathwing only up, or only down for another 5 seconds. But this does look like Citrine's game to lose. They can just take this boss with the Garrosh. No Zul'jin, no Malfurion. Is this going to be the desperate attempt to invade or the desperate attempt to defend? I think they have to wait for the latter. But Greymane kills this so fast, the boss will be on core by the time Zul'jin is getting his boots on. Zul'jin will be up in 13 to help defend this. But this is a 22-minute boss. He don't fucks around. Bruiser Camp going to be put into the mid lane. Gem turn incoming. They do have the gems. This is going to be the 4th spider wave from the members of Citrine. They have been able to control this game, but we've talked about that stubbornness from House of Chez. This is a map they really like. But that said, the situation is dire. This boss still very healthy, moving onto the core. Shields starting to fall. Joe goes in, looks for the Bless Shield. Durance of Hate lands onto the Malfurion. Twilight Dream comes out. Can they get the kill? They do get the kill onto Garrosh. Malfurion does stay alive. Oh, but Zul'jin might have a hard time getting out of it. Zul'jin does not get away. Deathwing is going to be the next fall. All the while, this boss trucking this core more and more and more damage, and that is going to be it. Phoenix Rising Citrine comes in, takes down House of Chez 2-1 in what was absolutely a banger of a series. Well done by both teams, but it's a zero-sum game. Somebody can't win. And unfortunately tonight that was House of Chez, but they put on a really good fight. But it just came down to some really good tank plays, I think, but from Rain. And, you know, I thought Lamort once again played an exceptional game. Rain did go down a lot this game. We'll take a look at the stats. Rain, you know, 7 deaths. He was the focus, but the key was nobody else was going down because Rain was setting up the disruption. Urel following up, Greymane getting the turnaround kill. And every time you saw Rain go down, someone on House of Chez died in payment. So, you know, you look at 7 deaths, you think that's bad. I don't think so. We're going to see if we can do a post-game interview. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay tuned, and thank you all so much for watching. Be right back. Welcome back to Nexus Gaming Series, everyone. DB Smiley here, and I'm joined by Lamort and Chad of the victorious Phoenix Rising Citrine. Guys, well, let's start with Lamort. How you feeling after that?
Really good. The House of Chez is a really good team. So we did really want to prepare ourselves to versus good team. As we could see in game 2, and game 1 and game 3, there was all of them were back and forth in team fights. A lot of respect. But yeah, a lot of good feelings coming after that win as a team.
And obviously, I mean, you guys have been playing. Some of you were on Phoenix Rising Emerald. A lot of you have been playing in Heroes Lounge. What? Talk to me about how that playing together, how you guys have built up over time, Chad, if you will.
Well, from the start, we all liked each other, and we realized it was a really good group because like Ace and Lamort together are a fantastic duo. Stoic's just such a great guy, and he's like really improving so much as we've come along. And like we started together, and we enjoyed playing together. And um, I think with the past Heroes Lounge season, we've come to realize some of our better combos as a team
Mhm.
and our general synergies.
Yeah, and we'll talk about some of those later tonight or later in this interview. We're not going to go too long. I have another match to get ready for, but so game 1, you guys you won the toss, chose draft pick if memory serves.
Yes.
What do you think most worked out for you in game 1 from a draft that ultimately played out in the game?
Well, I think first off, getting Chromie was really nice. She's in a really good spot right now, and her upcoming nerf is definitely going to be warranted, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Chromie was super nice, and Rain has been putting in a lot of time on ETC. And as a team, personally, we were super hyped for him because we could see a lot of improvement in his ETC play that game. And then we were also able to get quite a few other comfort picks in that game, which was nice.
Yeah, you finally got Anna a couple times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got Hannah 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, Heroes Lounge, that was banned against me every game.
Yeah, obviously, the moshes were clutch in game 1. What do you
Super
think
huge.
led to you being able to get just so much value off the moshes?
Something that I noticed personally was Rain did a really good job about moving past Johanna and getting to the team.
Mhm.
There was that one that was our first big one on the Bruiser camp, on the Shaman camp on their side, where Johanna was on us, but Rain was like, okay, well, if I hit a 4-man, then they can't do anything to you.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
So I feel like,
honestly, I felt, House of Chez was just, they had to do everything they could just to get out with only 2 deaths. It was a
super good play by
really,
Rain.
really good play, yeah. All right, so game number 1, though, I feel like, you guys, once you hit 10, you pretty much controlled that game, I would say. I would say it wasn't, early game, they had the better early game comp. You had the very post-10 comp. But ultimately, I feel like that game got pretty one-sided. Admittedly, I was like, Citrine's looking good. I don't know. Then we get to game number 2. And game number 2, I would say, it kind of swung back the other way. Not to say it wasn't back and forth, because it was. But definitely House of Chez felt like they were in control much more in that game. What do you think you attribute kind of those struggles to in game 2?
Well, for me, I think the Thrall comp was something that we've tried in the past, but not something we've really ran a lot. We were like looking to stack Chain Lightning, things like that, and it just wasn't really playing out as well as we thought it would into the Lunara and the Li Ming. Obviously, those seem to be really good comfort picks for them. So it was more. We felt it was personally like more of a draft issue for us. So we felt pretty confident even after it was a fairly one-sided win for them, but we felt fairly confident going into game 3 after.
Yeah, we've had chronic issues with Li Ming in the past, on the BOE specifically, and just the poke that she can put onto the Immortal.
You heard it here first, guys. Take Citrine to BOE and pick Li Ming.
No, we know better now, or we should have known better to begin with.
No worries. I always try to meme on the people I'm interviewing a little bit. Well, game 3, Tomb of the Spider Queen, a back and forth game. But first, what do you think won you the game, and then I'll tell you what I think won you the game.
I personally think what won us the game was specifically in the team fights. Rain on Garrosh was able to soak up so much damage, and he died every fight, but every fight we confirmed on like multiple kills after it. And so I think although the big death number looked bad, I think it was what really allowed us to win.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the post game. I don't think I don't think the death number is representative of the play there in that situation, given that it was always a trade. What I think won you guys the game, though, wasn't just that you were killing. It was who you were killing. You didn't kill any one person dramatically more. Looking at the post-game screen right now, you got a 4 death, 4 death, 3 death, 3 death, 2 death. But you were killing the gem carrier, because by the end of the game, they had barely gotten 2 turn-ins. You just got your 4th. And so you were able to nearly double up gem turn-ins a couple times. House of Chez, their turn-ins were very spaced out. By the time they got another turn-in, you had pushed the lanes back. So I think, despite that being a very brawly game, a lot of kills, I think ultimately it was the macro that won the game for you guys, is my thought. So I want to give you credit for getting the right kills at the right time to just control the map.
Yeah, it was super nice. All of us were identifying who had the gems, open up the tab screen, saw about the gems, try to keep an eye on them when they're going to turn in, look to see if they try to do it solo, try to jump on them during that moment.
It always feels nice when you're in the offlane position and you can really trust your 4-man to specifically do things.
Yeah, but it's also nice as a 4-man to be able to trust your laner to not die.
That is true, and you did here. I do want to throw out your Urel. Like,
oh yeah,
I am a healer, and I have played Malfurion into Urel, and it is not a pleasant experience under the best of circumstances. You made sure it was not the best of circumstances very often.
Thank
So
you.
I definitely want to give you credit. Your Urel in both games was so disruptive. Even in game 2, when things weren't going well, you were always this threat to set up these turnaround kills, and it really prevented House of Chez from ending early a couple times. So I thought your Urel play was very, very good, and I just want to give you credit for that.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to draw this evening not to a close, but to a pause as we get set up for that big B West matchup. Lurk Patrol, Arrogant Nephilim, 2 favorites in the division. Already week 1. Already in week 1. Anyway, we're going to get set up for that. But before we go, we want to give them a chance for some shoutouts. So Asma Chad, you want to get us started here? What are your shoutouts?
That classic shout out to Rain for those fantastic moshes.
Yeah, that was they were a problem. All right, short and sweet, Lamort.
Yeah, that's all.
My shout out to Ace for landing some really good endurances in the game. Stoic being able to follow up with Cursed Bullet felt really good in that Tomb of the Spider Queen game.
All right, well, with that, congrats again. Best of luck the West Race season. Obviously, best of luck to House of Chez. I love those guys. They've been around the league a long time, through the good, through the bad. They've stuck around. They've continued to improve. They're a very stubborn team, and I say that with the absolute highest of praise. I've played against them, and I don't think I've ever beaten them in 2 games on many teams. So, huge shout out to them. And with that, thank you all. But we're not done. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to come back. B West, Lurk Patrol, Arrogant Nephilim, pointing, saying things at the microphone, nodding my head as well. It's going to be crazy. Stick around. We'll be right back.